Hello everyone. Hey love lovers. So basically I had promised you guys that I would make a 2 week prediction for May as well, like the end of May, because I've already done for the first 2 weeks, and now of course we're going into the last 2 weeks of May. And not only that, but we are having quite a busy week, right? Because hey, Jupiter has just entered the Gemini sign. Yes, we can all breathe and speak and learn and chat and and get new information and skills and all of these nice things, right? I have already spoken about how it's going to be in this Gemini sign, this Jupiter. I have already made predictions. All of these things are already I've already dealt with them in different videos, separate videos, different ways of introducing this topic. So I'm not going to bore you and repeat that, but I will link the playlist down below of all of the predictions that we do on this channel. And of course 99% all of the predictions, they come true. 99% of the predictions that I make on this channel, they come into life. And now with this, I must remind everyone that consults my services with me, like consults with me, that when you do consult, I understand wholeheartedly that you are on cloud 9. You are in your honeymoon phase. You have butterflies running in your stomach. You are happy. You are in love, like totally in love. And the last thing that you want to hear is some negative news, about, this relationship that you are inquiring about. And I always when I see something that is not nice in synastry, I always do contemplate if I should tell this person or not. But then why are you paying? Why are you paying your money out of your pocket? You are not paying for just motivational messages. That's not why you're paying. You are paying to get the truth. You are paying to get the real gist of how your relationship is going to be like. You want to know the truth. You are a seeker. You are looking for reality. You are looking for a real thing, like how will my relationship be with this person, right? So this is why you consult. Yes, of course, you do have hope that the results will be like, oh my gosh, this is the best relationship, go get married just now, right? And you don't want to hear bad news. Nobody likes bad news. Nobody likes to get information about an inconjunction. Oh my gosh, I have an inconjunction. Oh my gosh, now I have work to do in this relationship to make this relationship work, right? Nobody likes that. Everybody wants to think butterflies, roses, and blue skies, green fields, like just a light life, right? So I say that to say this. I understand your disappointment when I make a prediction that is not so according to your state, to your current state of feeling in love and all of these things, all right? But 99% all of the predictions that I make, they come true. And then 1 year later, then I get some of you guys who come back and say, actually, this happened, what you said last year. Yes, I know it will happen, but at the time when you receive the message, you are high. You are literally high on love, and you don't want to hear any bad news. And at the sight of one, part whereby you don't feel like, oh my gosh, this is the best news ever, then you may get disappointed, right? So this is why I usually also give you guys like suggestions of what to do. But of course, with the suggestions that I give, they're not a limit. Like, you're not limited to that. You can be creative and think out of the box of how you can make your relationship better, right? So if I suggest that, okay, you guys should go out on dates more often, then you can think about something like, you can think, okay, maybe my schedule is not so open, so me and my guy will just, instead of going out physically, we can just have a video date. Like, we're on Friday nights, we video call, we have coffee, we talk whilst we drink our coffee, those type of things. Like, you can be creative and think beyond the solutions that I provide. And I don't obviously enjoy giving the negative news. Really, nobody likes that. Nobody likes to burst a bubble of somebody. But in my mind, I'm thinking that you are paying so much money to get the truth, and because this is how I like to receive things. Like, if I'm consulting with a specialist, whether it's a astrologer, doctor, like expert, no, whatever expert, if I'm paying money, I'm paying for truth. I'm paying for the real deal. I'm paying for the real picture. So this is how I treat my clients as well. In my mind, I'm like, because I like this, then I think you also like, the truth. I think you're also looking for the truth. I think you're also looking for the real practical results of what is going to happen. Because I surely do know that there are many, many astrologers who specialize in motivational astrology, like whereby they just give you the good news. They just motivate you to to make you feel good, and that also you need, right? But then it is not how I operate. So when you come, I just think in my mind, if this were me, I would want the truth, right? So then I give you the truth, but I always, as you guys know, also give you the solutions. But from the solutions, you would need to also be creative and add more things, more nice romantic things, because the love world is endless. Like, it's full of possibilities, full of things that we can do for our partners, for our lovers, for our husbands, our wives, right? Like, you can use that state of being in love with those butterflies, and you think about, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna do this for my man. Right? So use that love feeling that you have, to feel empowered, to be creative, and use the key suggestions that I have, and you twist it and you make it your own, right? Because most of the time as well, due to that high state of being in love, and then you find this one negative aspect, and you're like, ugh, and then you ignore it, right? And then you ignore it, you think, oh my gosh, this will never happen. I don't know why she's saying this. It doesn't resonate with me, right? At that time. But then as the relationship goes, and then that one thing I told you about, that aspect I warned you about, then it happens, then it's like, what, 2 years down the line, and you're like, oh, now I see it, right? So most of the time when like I get these feedbacks, like I'm like, of course, I understand. I really understand, because guys, like, I'm not an expert in like being in different relationships. I only literally have a limited experience in terms of different people. I've only been with a very few people, very, very few people in terms of relationships, but I've been with those people for many years. So I have, the experience of what it is, to experience the fifth house phase, what it is to experience the seventh house phase of marriage, what it is to experience the eighth house phase of sharing a life, together with children in marriage. I have that experience. I've lived it, So it's not like I talk about things that I have not experienced myself. So this is why I can relate with a whole lot of people. I'm not just like an astrology practitioner who is using theory. No, I have I have lived the lives that most people have. I've birthed children, I've been married, I have my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful herbs, and all these things are natural, and so it is coming from a natural point of understanding. When people panic and when people ignore certain things, and when life happens, and so I say all of that to say that for this 2-week period of May, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm going to basically just summarize like I did last time. But the last time I even went into further details. But then for this part, I'm just going to remind everyone that on the 18th, we have a big shift, right? Because Ketu, the South Node, is going to enter into the Leo sign, sidereal, and Rahu is going to enter into the Aquarius sign, sidereal, right? And now Jupiter is here, guys, is here on the Gemini sign. On my head, literally, I can feel it is so heavy. But okay, that's a joke. But anyway, Jupiter is here, and with Jupiter in Gemini, use all your communication skills to give the best of the best advices to yourself first, and then to the people that you have relationships with, right? You have the tools now. You have literally all the tools in one go, in one place, in just within you. And of course, it is important to know that this time with Jupiter in Gemini, we would be encountering mentors as well. These mentors would be mentors of who are exhibiting double personalities, like dual personalities. And so sometimes this mentor or this person that you meet who's going to give you wisdom, they could be they could be difficult to put down into one category. All right, so if you find this mentor and you can't really define them and be like, okay, this person is like a right hand person, right? No, you can't do that, because then the next day they could show you that they can also use the left side as well, right? Because Gemini is dual. So Just be mindful of that. And of course, you're going to find your mentor in this 1 year period of Jupiter in Gemini, wherever your Gemini sign lands. All right. So of course, for Aries, your friends, could be giving you advices now, could be your best mentors now. So you need to rely on that. You need to rely, on the media as well. Media is going to be now your key. They're going to give you information that you're looking for, that is going to improve your life. So don't take, that lightly. This is your portal, to the wise information, because Jupiter is the wise person, right? The wise guy. So now put your ear on your news, on media, what's happening, because your news, your information, your guide is going to come from there. And of course your friends and the young people and your younger siblings and all of that, right? And for the Taurus, definitely people from your home, within the home environment, those are going to be your mentors. So don't take their advices lightly. Don't be like, I know this is just my family member, I can't listen to them. No, at this time, whatever they say could change your life. So listen to them. And for you Gemini, you yourself, you become your own mentor. However, you could also have a mentor that comes directly to you. So somebody who comes and approaches you and maybe offers you advice, or they offer being around you, whatever, right? But then they're gonna approach you, and you yourself, you become their mentor for yourself and for other people as well. Now for Cancer, foreign people who are far away from you, people whom you talk to behind the scenes, whereby you have to be very secretive right now. So those could be your mentors. And of course your spiritual guides. Definitely when you sleep, listen to what you see and the messages that you receive, because your portal, your subconscious, is going to be highly open now. You're going to have heightened dreams. You're going to have a high state of subconscious open now. So you are now the vessel of literally receiving messages from the outer world, and your spiritual guides, and obviously people have passed, and all of these people, right? And the planets themselves. So open up your mind, and receive the messages, because these are the messages that will change you and will guide you and will tell you what to do next in your journey. Now when it comes to Leo, right, your friends, like the friends who you've met in your adulthood, these are going to be coming as your mentors now. People around your working structure, right, your networking circles as well. So just be open to the advices that you hear, and of course you obviously gather that information to build for yourself, like money, revenues, all of these things, right? Or even grow your own network circle, right? So this is where your mentors are. Number 6, Virgo. So for you, Virgo, obviously people from your workplace, your dad could come very strong right now with good advices. So take that with a lot of seriousness. Your bosses at the work front, these are people that could be really helping you now with their advices or with their positive criticism. And when it comes to Libra, for the Libra, now these people are going to be coming from your education, maybe your professors, or even your like fatherly figures, but not in terms of physicality, but in terms of their experience. So the experience that they share with you, it is what is going to guide you. Of course, your religion, your beliefs, and all of that. Even travelers, when you travel and somebody says something to you, do keep that in mind, because it could change your life, right? So when it comes to Scorpio, for Scorpio, this becomes interesting because the people, the messages that you can see now, you can receive now, could come suddenly, like without even you going to search, right? And even if you are doing research, this is going to be the best of the best of the best times for you, because the information that you receive, Scorpio, is going to be gold, right? What you receive is going to be gold, and you must remember it could be a bit annoying to you when you receive this information, but it is gold for you. And at the same time, the mentors that you receive now could come and go, okay? So they could come and go. Like somebody could be here for 1 month and then they just leave, and you don't have the same contact anymore, and then somebody else comes, right? Or they come back, but then they come back stronger, right? So even like your experiences that you have right now, your lived experiences, these will be your best lessons. So pay attention to that, right? And when it comes to your Sagittarius, right? The Sagittarius, your spouse is going to give you the best advice now. Do not think like, oh my gosh, they're childish, my wife is always childish, my husband is always childish. But within their childlike performance, childlike responses, that's the lesson. There's a lesson there. So you need to pay attention, right? If they make a joke and it sounds like a joke, but then there's a message, you need to listen, right? And then for the Capricorn, people at your workplace, like your colleagues, they have the information that you need now. You must listen to them. You must receive the information, share information with them, because what they say is going to help you for sure, right? And if anybody talks about your health at this time, please listen to them, because they are there to protect you. If somebody suggests a certain diet, a certain medication, this is the best for you at this time. So listen to that, right? And when it comes to Aquarius, right? Your kids now, even if they're playing, even if they're young, then they're playing, the lesson that they give you, that is it. You need to pay attention, because they have the information. Even if maybe you have a 1-year-old, they can't really communicate with you, but their actions, what they do, they're showing you a lesson, they're showing you a solution, they're showing you a way. Maybe you are stressed in your life and your baby starts running and they fall, and immediately when they fall, they get up. They're showing you that life is like that. When you fall, you get up and you continue, right? So these are the small lessons that you're gonna receive, like from young people, your kids, from your fans as well, your followers. If you are in the media, pay attention. Films, when you go to the cinema, whatever movie you watch, it has a message for you at this time. Keep close attention to that, right? Finally, when it comes to Pisces, for the Pisces sign, right? So when it comes to the Pisces sign, what I see here, Mama is obviously, the best of the best advisors, right? Now, even if you don't have the best relationship with Mama, right now, with this Jupiter here, there's a huge opportunity to heal that relationship. Huge opportunity to heal that relationship. It could be a motherly figure, not really your mama, just heal it now. You have that opportunity. You have to make a call, have to write a letter, if you want, that is, right? But then these are the people that would give you good advice, and you have strength now to really mend those types of relationships if you want. All right. So I do see that globally now, let me talk globally. I do see that there is exactly around the 18th of May when these Ketu and Rahu are getting into these new signs, there is definitely going to be an announcement. I don't know which government is going to make this announcement, and it is going to relate to some changes that need to be made quickly, right? And these would be including, obviously, always power play when it comes to these things, right? But then there's going to be that right on the 18th. So on the 18th and the 19th, so these 2 dates, it's definitely going to be huge. Of course, people are going to talk about it, right? And it's going to be around family, like things that will involve family life, or things that will involve it could also be luxury goods, like material things. It could also be about marriages, relationships as well. Literally could be about that. My gosh. Right, so that is there. And when it comes to those relationships I'm talking about, it could be like relationships with the upper powers, like with the government or with the hierarchy, those type of vibes, right? I also do see that at the end of May, Venus is going to leave Pisces, the exaltation sign, and it's going to get into Aries. And now what it means for the 2 weeks is that people have more time to make sure those relationships are intact. Be romantic, go all out, literally just go all out within these 2 weeks, and make sure you are binding your relationship now, your commitment now, right? Because then when Venus gets into Aries, then Saturn is going to be left with Neptune, and this is where the confusion can start to creep in regarding commitment and all of these things. So Venus is here to help now to make sure things are bound, right? I also do see within these 2 weeks, some people could be talking and saying stuff with a lot of passion, lots of passion, lots of assertiveness, like being sure, due to Mercury, which is going to be trine with that Ketu that's coming in now. And there could be also lost communication, whereby people are trying to say something and they end up hurting the other person or partner, or the receiver of the message. So there could be a lot of hurting in communication. That's very clear. And also, though, some manipulation. But when I talk globally, these are the things that we can read about, politics and all of these things, about what's happening in the world, right? Now, lastly, Jupiter is going to stay here for the next year. However, it is making a trine to Lilith, and Rahu at the same time. So what it means now is that I did say there could be some sort of communication platform that is introduced, or publishing platform or stuff like that, right? So that is on the cards, like something relating to communication and all of these things, like tech, innovation, definitely, right? But also at the same time, it could also be it could, what's the word, like not really help people, but rather destroy their characters or their morals. So that would be like the type of communication platform that is introduced, or innovation that is introduced, whereby it doesn't really form people, but it's like destroying their character, the moral character or ethical character, or whatever character you can think of, right? Religion or stuff like this, right? And it would be something so huge, definitely, because Rahu is here. So, and people will be just knowing about it. But when it's introduced, it's going to seem like it's here to help, it's here to give counsel, to advise, and all of these things. But, in the background, the people know that there's a big agenda, really, like there's an inverted agenda, so that would be on the cards. So guys, that's it for the 2 week this 2 weeks of May, from the 18th of May. And for now, I must say thank you. I'll chat to you soon. Bientôt, ciao.